always keeping defenders off balance.
And Henderson most comfortable, it seems, Steve, shooting from the corners.
Yeah, like most players, you know, Kevin, that's the easier shot, 22 feet instead of 23.9. He shot a good percentage from there. Not really a long-range shooter per se, which is why you didn't see him, you know, shoot effectively from the top of the circle or on the wings.
Al Jefferson is checked in for Bismack Biyombo. The Pistons shooting their 7th free throw attempt here.
Over the last month, let's see how the Hornets performed, Kevin, in the NBA stats. 3rd in opponent field goal percentage and block. You know, they also show up in the top 5 in opponent scoring. That's a good number, and that's a good place to be as a team in that statistical category.
I'm most impressed with their defense, Clark. You talked about the opponent's field goal percentage. That stat is so impressive. But what they try to do is take offenses out of their rhythm, out of their flow. And they do that by attacking the passing lanes, pressuring the ball as much as possible, and then trying to block shots at the rim as well.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
I was able to listen in on what Steve Clifford was going over with his team. He laid out their priorities for them, which began with his admonition that offensively they attack the basket at every opportunity. He also told them that he wants to see multiple passes on every possession. He said that was the key to getting the best shot each time down. Well, they need to make something happen before the start of the 4th quarter, and maybe those changes will do the trick, Kevin.
Thanks again, Doris. Walker the pass to Kid Gilchrist. To halt the run, it's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got his 5th rebound in this one. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
I love the flow that they've been playing with offensively tonight. This is an impressive performance.
Well, and that lead they have just continues to grow and grow.
Inside to Jefferson. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
Here's Clutch. He's covered by Kid Gilchrist. And that one's good. 22 points for Clutch.
And after that last game, Clark, I'm not surprised to see him so hot. He's got it rolling right now.
It's not very often you can say this about the future is looking pretty bright in Charlotte.
So often the season ends and you're thinking about the issues you've got to deal with, but right now the Hornets headed in a good direction.
Drummond with a screen on Kid Gilchrist. And here's Jennings outside. The shot is off. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
Yeah, that was a strange game. Very shaky defensive performance by their opponent, but hey, they took advantage of it.
Yeah, I'd go along with that. I mean, the game wasn't handed to them, but they definitely didn't have to work as hard as they should have.
Shot clock at 5. Here's Jefferson. Drills the baseline jumper.
The entire defense was frozen-footed. Nobody picked up the shooter, Kevin.
Jennings passes to Clutch. Monroe with a screen on Kid Gilchrist. Clutch. Whistle blows. Yep, that's going to be a travel. And let's see which big men have had the softest touch lately with this look at the leading field goal percentages among centers and power forwards in the last 10 games. 4th, Craig Monroe.
And you look at that list, most of the guys there have that unique combination of power and finesse. A very physical presence with an equally soft touch.
And that kind of combo blend is what can turn a good offensive big man into a great one, fellas. Well, for one, he hasn't let them down. I mean, but a few other guys. Oh, get it! Uh-oh, watch out now. Skywalker, skyscraper, call him whatever you want. He can fly.
Where does he come up with a move like that one?
I have no idea. I mean, you can't plan that stuff. I think a dunk like that just happens. Well, good idea setting that screen, but the execution wasn't there.
No, it sure wasn't. I mean, you want it to be hard, but it also has to be legal.
And stolen by Vonleh. Walker dishes to Williams. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. Walker's got his 4th assist in this one. Pistons leading by 19. Here's Clutch. 24 points for him. 50 seconds left to play in the third. Launches a three, and that one's good. Clutch has got 27.
So that shot keeps him at 100% from the field this quarter.
Walker against Jackson. Conley kicks to Walker. Anderson, no one around him. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
An excellent display of passing out there, fellas. I mean, 8 of their last 10 points have been assisted on.
Well, they continue to find the open man and play unselfishly. This is true team basketball we're seeing.
Outside for Jackson. Here's Prince. Offline with his three. Hornets trail by 20. And here's Walker. 6 points for him. Left side Walker. There's the block. The 3 quarters of play. And a moment here to look back at our state game.
Well, no question this was going to be the winner. Just take a look at the expertise he shows on this pass. Perfectly timed and beautifully placed.
All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. 4th quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. And Detroit looking at who they've got. Clutch, he's in at power forward. Foyle is out there with Jackson. Then there's Andre Drummond, and it's Caldwell Pope in at the 3 spot. Outside, Kid Gilchrist.
Analytics has become a huge part of the NBA, and one element of that jumps out at me is basically the cameras that track every movement of every player and can provide info on when exactly a player gets tired to how much of their time on the floor they are actually running instead of standing around.
Here's Clutch. Foy, the pass to Clutch. He kicks to Jackson. Nice ball movement by Detroit. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It goes on Noah Vonleh. And back to the camera system we were talking about. Some teams using it more than others, but they are starting to find and use all sorts of data, Steve, from those cameras.
Yeah, it's interesting to hear how different teams are using that technology. Some teams use it to check on the club's spacing. They'll see how many times a guy is dribbling the ball compared to the season before. That's what the Celtics did with Rondo. It's really interesting. It's a tremendous amount of data to process, but the trick is, making it work, making it mean something.
From deep, Walker.
This has not at all been the kind of performance they've needed out of him.
Walker missing again.
It's been a great day for them on the boards, Clark. That's definitely been a major factor in building this big lead.
And from a number standpoint, the advantage might not be that large, but they have been manhandling them inside.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Shot by Zeller, no good. So for the Pistons, their last game, a win against Houston. 2nd minute off the clock now in the 4th.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And he does it as well as anyone. Tremendous skill in the air.
And Walker kicks to Zeller, to the paint. In the corner, it's Kid Gilchrist. Outside, Walker. Shot clock at 6. All sorts of time. Rebound by the Pistons.
Misfires again, and the ball just refuses to cooperate with him. It's a tough day so far.
Took him no time at all on that one. And that's now 35 points for Clutch.
He has really punished these defenders today. No matter who's been on him, he's been giving them medicine.
Henderson dishes to Walker.
Well, you take a look at video reviews in the NBA and even across all sports for that matter, they're not going anywhere, especially with the way media is now. Fans can dissect every call on DVR or the internet. So you want to give officials the chance to get those big calls right. So I think video replay is useful and here to stay.
Meeks, good.
And we're seeing the shots just dropping from everywhere right now.
Yeah, since halftime, Steve, they've been operating very efficiently.
Walker the pass to Kidd-Gilchrist. Now here's Henderson. Now Walker. Again, the miss by Walker.
And in the paint, they have really shown some strength. Their work on the boards has been phenomenal.
Yeah, I'd certainly call it a mismatch, Steve, at least for today.
He feeds it to Henderson. Releases from 15. The shot's good on the assist by Walker.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
Here's Clutch. That is good. Clutch has got 10 points now just in this quarter.
Their prowess inside has been tremendous, guys. I mean, it's been no contest down on the low block.
And until they prove they can stop them, I mean, they ought to continue to pound it in low.
And it's Walker penetrating. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in.
Beautiful finger roll to cap that drive off. He knows how to finish with some flair and flavor, guys.
Jennings passes to Clutch. It's back to Jennings. Pass to Caldwell Pope for three. And he nails it. The three-pointer falls from Clutch. Clutch has got 40 points.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Pistons.
Agreed, Steve, and as one-sided as it gets today. You know, Clark, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
You're right, Kevin. It's hard to think of anything that didn't go right for them. I mean, game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was spot on.
And so it'll boost this year's win total for them to 29.
And they're going to get the second game between these two clubs just like they took the first. This will put them up 2-0 with 2 games left to play in their season series against the Hornets.
You look at the stats and you'll see just how dominant a game this was for Clutch. He was doing everything right, and the points seemed to come in bunches. He definitely had the hot hand.
The Pistons have gone on a tear here in the fourth. They're 8 of 9 on field goal attempts in the quarter. Dishes it to Caldwell Pope. Pass to Jennings. The Pistons working the ball around now. Here's Clutch.
Yeah, he got whacked. Shouldn't be much debate on that one.
Yeah, that was as straightforward as it gets, guys.
And he makes the first. A different look here for Detroit. Anthony Tolliver. He's checked in for Drummond. Prince comes in for Meeks. And Lucas subbed in for Brandon Jennings. Both free throws good from Clutch. 29 seconds left here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, no way you can come back from this deficit.
Just not enough time left on the clock.
On the wing, Williams. Fires from deep. Rebound by the Pistons. Lucas the pass to Clutch. Taylor with the rebound. Back to Lucas. Here's Clutch. Good.
Well, they're going to walk out of here with a win and send this crowd home happy.
A very solid performance in a lot of areas for them.
And so Detroit takes this one by a big margin. Not much to be critical of with this win, Clark.
Not at all. I mean, they showed up not just to play, they showed up to give great effort and to win, and they did both.
Well, it's time to say so long. For Clark.
Get that man a bucket of water, a ladder, and a squeegee, because this fool is cleaning the glass tonight.
Hey, man, I'm just doing what I can, bro.
Let me tell you something. You bust your butt every night like that, get in position, snagging 50-50 balls, crashing hard to the glass, you're going to be in this league for a long time.